Okay, so today in my Grogu shirt, we're gonna have a another minifigure showcase. I'm gonna try and make this one a little bit quicker since it's Mother's Day today, and um, and um, this one's gonna be kind of a two-sided approach here because I'm gonna do one part of it, and then once I finish that part, I'm gonna go through the Marvel Studios collectible minifigure series almost in order of how they appear on the minifigure guide, but one of them, my favorite one, I'm gonna save for last instead of having it be first like it is on the check sheet or on the checklist thing. So let's get started with this. We'll start off with a off-brand minifigure with a um, a real Lego hairpiece and a real Lego accessory, and that is Tom Hardy's Venom. The reason I gave him a hairpiece like this is because he has a dual-sided face, and I prefer this side personally. Um, and then I gave him web handcuffs like that. Sometimes I have him wearing the handcuffs, and sometimes I have him just holding them. Him wearing the handcuffs looks like this, but I feel like he takes up a little bit more space when I do it like that, and so I think it's cool for him to have a pair of Lego handcuff or web handcuffs that he can just put on somebody. I'll be putting the minifigures in a bag here when I'm done with them. Another off-brand Lego character I have that has a custom piece added to it, a custom piece that wasn't there with the actual character, and that is Pepper Potts as Rescue with an added ninja bandana. The added ninja bandana is an official Lego piece. The rest is a off-brand piece. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off and take her Power Blast pieces away so we can see all the printing that she has to offer. Printing. So we'll start with the side here. She has side leg printing and side arm printing on both sides. And then we'll take her hairpiece off to show the back printing better. There we go. And here's the printing. It looks like Iron Man's nanotech suit because it kind of is. But more Pepper Potts stylized version. Or stylized to or designed for her. The reason I like to have her with a ninja bandana is because I think it looks kind of funny, and um, it kind of fits something that Tony says to her in Iron Man 2. So there we go. The rest of the minifigures in this showcase are going to be official Lego. Some of them have been customized, some of them haven't, and I'll just point out the ones that have when we get to them. Before I show any other minifigure characters, here is Goose standing on that chrome brick that I mentioned in a previous showcase video. If you're not familiar with Goose and why I'm including Goose in a Marvel or mainly Marvel minifigure showcase, Goose is the Flarkin cat from Captain Marvel that ended up saving the day a little bit in the end. But yeah, other characters that I like to put on this brick, we'll get to with the MCU minifigure series characters. So for now, I'm going to leave this out to put those other two animal minifigure character things on there. In a previous video, I mentioned how I was going to, I had alluded to a watermelon costume minifigure, and so I thought I'm going to show it in this video. So here is the watermelon suit guy. I think uh, this is the kind of minifigure I'm talking about when I mention having my non-superhero costume wearing characters. He has two of these watermelon slices as well. In with my Marvel characters. These are the costume wearing guys that I'm talking about. So if there's CMF minifigures that are in costumes like this, they're in with my most of my Marvel minifigures. He has an alternate expression there with some sunglasses on, and yeah, I think this one's probably one of my favorites of the costume characters that I have, because it's funny and I love watermelon. So there we go. Next up is going to be a customized, or I didn't customize the prints at all, but I put a few custom pieces on these, or with these characters, or with this next character, and that is a web gun and a black web with a beehive on it, as well as the Lego Ninjago movie Kai hairpiece on my Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And this is the first Lego Spider-Man minifigure that was ever released. He does have printing on the back of his head there for the back of his web mask there. Yeah. Since Spider-Man doesn't use guns usually, I have two Spider-Man minifigures that I gave guns to that are Spider-Man himself, and so my logic behind having done that is that they are web shooter guns. So if let's say this character and the next one that I'm going to show have a web block or something, they can resolve it with this gun and switch over to using that instead of their web shooter, which in Tobey Maguire's case is organic webbing that comes out of his wrist. Interesting tidbit. Up next, this next Spider-Man minifigure has 4 custom pieces added to him. And that is, once again, he has a web gun. I'm going to go ahead and take away his web gun and the web power blast piece here, so I can show his sidearm printing. Right there. Here's the pack printing in the front. I gave him a custom hairpiece, but here's the back of his web design, and then I gave him, and the next one, both these silver slipper pieces, because why not? I think it looks fun. I think it's funny. Yeah. So that is my Spider-Man Homecoming Tom Holland Spider-Man. I specified Homecoming version because it came in a Spider-Man Homecoming set. And then next up, I'm going to show my Captain America Civil War Wanda here. And Lego didn't give Wanda her appropriately colored magic pieces until the minifigure series. The original one, which I've since given the proper color of pieces of Energy Blast pieces to, originally had like blue Stinger pieces from Galaxy Quest sets. Here's a better look at her printing, and I'll rotate her magic to the side here, or just remove it. I did customize her this one's magic pieces a little bit by adding transparent pink studs to the bottom of them, because the circle dome piece things that she had didn't really stay in her hand all that well. You'll note this Wanda has the same face printings as the next one that I'm going to show, as the next version of Wanda that I'm going to show, but she has a different outfit and hairpiece and magic pieces as well. So I won't be taking the hairpiece. Well, maybe I will, because I gotta show the back printing, but I won't be showing trying to show the alternate expression on the next Wanda, which is the Age of Ultron set one. This one has pink magic. Wanda's magic. If anyone's actually paid attention to Wanda in the MCU, they'll know that her magic isn't pink or blue, it's red. And so I gave a couple of custom, or not custom, but off-brand Lego Power Blast pieces in transparent red to this version of Wanda, therefore making her more accurate. And this is the first Wanda minifigure that was ever released in a Age of Ultron Hulkbuster set with Hulk, Iron Man, and the Hulkbuster. I want to say an Ultron Sentry and Wanda, although, well, no, I don't think an Ultron Sentry was in that. Never mind. But from the Age of Ultron line of sets, I also got the Avengers Towers set. And then when my dad was walking one time, he found me the last of the Ultrons that I needed to try and get, because I also got the Ultron Sentry Battle Pack type thing, where it had 3 Ultron Sentries. But yeah, here's the back printing for her torso. Like I said, she has the same expressions. I just think with the red magic on this one, it makes more sense for her red eyes to be showing. Fun fact about this face print, this set of expressions that they gave Wanda. The Lego Supergirl minifigure that came in the Brainiac Attacks ship set with I think Superman and Martian Manhunter, also has this exact same headpiece and this hairpiece in blonde. It's fun when I notice different headpieces, or the same headpiece being used for different characters. I think the headpiece that Captain Marvel had from my Quad Jumper set is the same one that my Infinity War Black Widow has. Up next is going to be another Spider-Man minifigure from the Infinity War Sanctum Sanctorum Doctor Strange set. I want to try and get the new Sanctum Sanctorum set that is a dual purpose set. It covers Infinity War like my existing one does, but it also has Multiverse of Madness elements to it. So I really want to try and get that set, even though it's huge and expensive. I might order that when I get back from my little vacation here. When I get back next week. I'll be gone 19th to the 21st, pretty late, so I'll probably order it the 22nd. But here is my Infinity War Iron Spider-Man here with his gold arms. He has the same neck attachment piece that I mentioned with the Outrider minifigures from my initial villain minifigure showcase a few days ago. And then I gave him again those custom or the Lego slipper pieces in silver and a custom hair piece. I'm going to go ahead and take off his accessories to show all the printing on him. So you can see all his detail. So here is the front of him. His legs are not dual molded like the others, or like the Homecoming Spider-Man is, but that's okay because the character doesn't suffer at all because of it. I just dropped him on the floor. Okay, here's his sidearm printing. I think it's the same on both sides, but I'll show both anyway. He has the same headpiece as the Homecoming Spider-Man, but here's the back printing for the Iron Spider right there. Okay. Here's a better look at the slipper piece that I'm talking about. Since I had a few of those, I decided, why not? I'm going to give them to Spider-Man. So that's why I did that. Also to be kind of funny, because Spider-Man wearing silver slippers doesn't really sound like something Spider-Man would do, I think, per se, and so, yeah. And there we go. But anyway, the hairpiece I gave him is from one of my newer Iron Man minifigures, one of the ones from a previous showcase, the single piece helmet looking Mark 42 character. This black hairpiece here is from that minifigure. The last minifigure before we get into the portion about the minifigure series of Marvel characters. It has 3 custom pieces on him. One of them is an off-brand Lego piece, and then the other 2 are official Lego pieces. And I'll be showing what he looks like without those as well. And that is Vision from the Infinity War sets with the custom pieces I gave him being a vibranium frisbee, or whatever this would be called. A shotgun, which is a Brick Arms custom piece, and the wide brim Sensei Wu hat, or it's kind of more like the now that I think of it, it's kind of more like the the Lord Garmadon hat from the Ninjago movie CMF series, which had 3 Garmadons. This one looks more like I think they call it Jungle Garmadon or something. But anyway, I'm going to show him without these added accessories to show all his print real quick, like I have with the other characters. And of course, knowing me, it's not much of a surprise that he's not wearing his cape, because I've seen The Incredibles too many times and listened to Edna Mode when she said, "No capes." So here is Vision without his added accessories there. This one has purple eyes. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera. I think the one from, I want to say an Age of Ultron set, or if not a Captain America Civil War set, had, I think, blue eyes, or just the regular minifigure black eyes. But yeah, so that is my Infinity War Vision. And with the next minifigure, you might be thinking, "Holy doppelganger!" Because up next, with two with two pieces added customly to him, is White Vision from WandaVision. He has a custom added gun like the other Vision did, and then he has one of the other minifigures from this series is Hairpiece. I'll say which character this is from when we get to him. Let's go ahead and take off his accessories. Before I do that, though, here is his little accessory that he actually came with, which is a laptop with the hex in it. Trying to track down the Vision from WandaVision, the main Vision, not this version. But this one also has sidearm printing like the two Spider-Mans that or the two MCU Spider-Mans that I've showed. Although that's a technicality because No Way Home is a thing, but I don't want to spoil that here. If you haven't seen it, No Way Home, I'm not going to spoil why I just pointed that out. But my Tom Holland Spider-Mans, I'll specify as Tom Holland Spider-Mans, both, or all three of them, because there's another one coming up in this CMF series. All three of them have sidearm printing, and yeah. So here is his side printing. He has dual molded white and gray legs. The printing on this Vision minifigure is done really well. It looks so good. Yeah. On the minifigure checklist, White Vision here is the second minifigure in the lineup. The reason you'll say holy doppelgangers for this one is because I just showed a Vision minifigure and this is also Vision. Holy doppelgangers. Let's see. Next up is the third minifigure on the list. I'm saving the first minifigure for last because it's my favorite of the series. But next up is Monica Rambeau in her season finale outfit. She has a micro build for the drone that Sword sent into Wanda, or into the Hex for Wanda to try and surveil her, find out what was going on inside the Hex and whatnot. But when it went through the Hex barrier, it got rewritten and for some reason colorized in an otherwise black and white episode. So that is what this is supposed to be. I think, yeah, she has an alternate expression there. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but yeah, and there. I like the hairpiece they gave her. I think it totally fits the character pretty well because in this particular outfit, she had a huge poofy hairdo. Huge poofy hairdo. So, yeah, there's Monica Rambeau. I'm not sure what she's going to be called come the movie The Marvels in November because I'm not sure if she's going to be getting the superhero alias or if she's just going to go with Captain Rambeau. Then number 4 on the minifigure checklist here is from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or the next two are, and that is the Winter Soldier and James Buchanan Barnes, aka Bucky. Here he is. I'll be taking his knife and shield and the Captain America shield away from him in a second, to show the rest of his printing, but here is the character. His his metal arm has sidearm printing. His regular arm does not. But here's his alternate expression. He can be upset or happy neutral. But here is a better look at all his printing here. Trying to make it so there's not as much of a glare here. But yeah, there. I do have another Winter Soldier minifigure, but that one is not going to be included here. But is from the airport battle sequence or the airport battle sequence from Civil War. That set, where it had Giant Man, which I'll be bringing down and showing as part of my showcase because he's a character. He counts. I'll only be showing one of the microfigure Ant-Man characters because that same airport battle set came with two of them, but they both look exactly the same, so I don't see a point in showing both of them if they both look the same. But I'll be showing all three sizes of my Ant-Man minifigures together. One of them is regular minifigure sized, then the little statuette version, and then the brick built big figure character, the buildable figure. But up next is Captain America, Sam Wilson. You'll notice there's a DC crossover right here with a Justice League shield in addition to the Captain America shield. Do I find that to be a problem? No. Would most people find that to be a problem if they're either Marvel or DC? Absolutely. But the amount of printing on this character, on this minifigure, is insane and incredible. Insane in a very good way, because there's lots and lots of cool printing. Take his shields away for a second to try and show you the sidearm printing here and the side leg printing. He has a piece separate red wing. And here's what the wingspan looks like underneath. There were no stickers on those characters, which I love. I hate it when there's stickers. They're so tedious to put on, and they never turn out just right for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take off his wings to show the rest of his printing a little bit better. They gave him a new hair mold for the character, which I imagine we'll probably be seeing again if they end up making Captain America 4 sets. But here is all of his printing here. And I'm pretty sure this suit was made per Bucky's request by Wakandans, which means I'm pretty sure this is vibranium, which I'm sure Falcon will appreciate having a vibranium Captain America suit because he doesn't have a super soldier serum to protect him like Steve Rogers did. But yeah, so that is the Falcon Captain America. Up next is a twofer with one of the other characters that go on the brick here with Goose, the Flurkin. And that is these next two characters are both from Loki Season 1, and that is Variant Loki, the one who disappeared with the Tesseract in episode 1 of the show, and as well as in the retrieval of the Tesseract scene from Endgame. And he came with Frog Thor, or Throg, right there. Yeah. I'm not going to put this one on, or Frog Thor on the brick quite yet, because the next character I'm going to show also has has the animal side or animal character like this that goes on the thing, and then Frog Thor goes on the back of that one since it has an exposed stud on its back. So I'm going to set him aside and put Loki in my bag here. Next up is Alligator Loki, and now I can put these guys on here because I do so like this, where Frog Thor is riding Alligator Loki, and then the character that hopefully this isn't a spoiler for anyone, because maybe you haven't seen all of Loki yet, or at least the first 2 episodes, because his character is revealed near the end of the second one. And that is another Loki variant. This one, you don't find out what she calls herself until episode 3, and that is Sylvie. And I think she's kind of loosely based on the Enchantress from a couple of the Avengers cartoons and some of the comics, I guess. I'm not as into comics, and so I don't know if the Enchantress is in very many of the comics. I'm sure she is, but that's out of my knowledge realm. But here is Sylvie. She has a bandana mold and hair combo mold there for her crown, and she has 2 similar expressions. She can be happy or kind of smirking, like I'm doing something evil, haha. And then she came with 2 of these green machetes, which, if this wasn't Marvel, I would swear that these are kryptonite machetes, but they're not. And plus, they're not even transparent. They're solid green. So there, that is Sylvie. The next 5 minifigures are from What If Season 1. And one of them was supposed to have a cape, but I don't do capes. And that's actually the first one here, and that is Zombie Hunter Spider-Man with it. I have this one be unmasked because I think it's creepy to have Spider-Man carry around a Peter Parker head. I think it's much less creepy for Peter Parker, or for an unmasked Spider-Man to be carrying around his mask with his hand. And I gave his mask a custom hairpiece, which was Lego Ninjago movie Lloyd Garmadon's hairpiece. Since I have both of my Lego Ninjago, or since the Ninjago movie version of Lloyd that would have this hairpiece on is currently wearing his 2-piece mask combo, I decided Spider-Man needs him a blonde wig, so I gave him this. And then he only came with one of these web string pieces, but I gave him 1, 2, at least 3. But let's take off the accessories here. Yeah, I gave him 3 of them. But I'll put those back on in a second because this character has sidearm printing and side leg printing, which is kind of hard to see, and he has dual molded legs as well. Here's that, and then he also has an expression where he's like freaking out a little bit or worried about something. But this is another Tom Holland Spider-Man, but since the Amazing Spider-Man 2 version of Spider-Man is extremely hard to find, I like to say that this is my Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, even though I don't officially have Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I have 3 Tom Holland Spider-Mans and Tobey Maguire, and then a bunch of the cartoon ones, as you saw in a previous showcase. But yeah, so that is my. I like to call in also my Sorcerer Supreme Spider-Man. I think the official title for him is Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, but the pieces that he was supposed to have were those uh, replicating the look of Doctor Strange's Cloak of Levitation, um, which he ends up wearing for the zombie episode, or at least part of it, of What If. I just recently rewatched What If for part of my Thor ranking. I still need to finish Loki season 1 and rewatch Thor Love and Thunder before I can do that ranking video. I have all the titles except for Loki and What If, because those are not on physical media. Why is a mystery, because I think they would sell a heck of a lot of copies of it. I know I would try and dual format it because I'm not sure if it would be triple formatted or not. But I would definitely get the DVDs and the Blu-rays for all the MCU Marvel shows. And then next up, we have another What If minifigure from the zombie episode, and that is Captain America as a zombie. And I think they did a really good job representing the character. I gave him a custom sword or knife piece because the Winter Soldier from the minifigure series here came with 2 knives, so I gave him the other knife, which, given what zombies do to people, makes sense that they'd have a knife, right? Maybe? But let's take away the knife and the shield for a second and show off all his zombified printing here, which I think looks super cool. And I'll be taking off his helmet because he does have a little bit of back head printing, not an alternate expression, just he has printing on the back of his head a little bit there. And then the helmet piece as well is very cool. One of my other Captain America minifigures, my non-zombified Steve Rogers ones, has the same helmet piece, but obviously not zombified and dirty like this one is. This one's designed or supposed to look dirty because it's a zombie. There you go. But yeah, the other one that I'm thinking of came in the Captain America mech suit set, but to me looks very, very much like Thundercap from the Mjolnir wielding Endgame scene where he had kind of like a more scaly look to his torso printing, or on his suit. In the movie, he looked a little more scaly when he got back from retrieving the stuff. Moving on. Next up, character number 10 is Captain Carter, who reappears, however briefly, in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I really like her Captain Carter shield there. That is very cool. I think that having her have the Tesseract like this built out of initially on this sheet thing, the checklist. It shows it only being 2 studs high, but in this I made it 3 because there was an extra one. But I think having it be brick built like that instead of just using an actual piece like they did for the What If set for the Hydra Stomper was kind of lazy in a way, but I like the style of the pieces, how they look kind of starry. But yeah, this minifigure also has quite a bit of printing on her and dual molded navy blue and brown legs here. But here is her wraparound printing. She does have an alternate expression as well, so I'm going to be taking off the hairpiece just for that as well. But there's also printing on the back that you'd be missing out on otherwise. There she is. Generally, I like to have minifigures on their happier expressions, and so I have her with her happy expression instead of her scowl on the other side here, where she looks upset with somebody. But yeah. So Captain Carter. A different version, or like a different outfit for the character was included in the Hydra Stomper set. So I haven't been able to get that set, but I kind of wanted to get that set. And the What If Iron Man set they made, that set's pretty cool too. So anyway, the next What If minifigure, and this is the one that White Vision has the hairpiece of, and that is T'Challa Star-Lord here. He has the tradition or the classic Star-Lord gun pieces in silver instead of the original gunmetal gray. And I want to say the silver is what the holiday special Star-Lord had as well. But my Infinity War Star-Lord had the gunmetal gray. But he has some side leg printing, no side arm printing, but that's okay. Here he has side leg printing there. And then here is what his expression looks like. Trying to block out the glare, I'm sorry for that. But the hairpiece that White Vision had on goes to this character for when he's unmasked. Also, I'll show the checklist when I'm done here. There are 2 more characters before I do that though. Up next is what I call Mad Titan Gamora, because she's in kind of a Thanos looking outfit here with a dual-edged sword. I think she has the regular Gamora's expressions, but she has a ton of arm printing that looks really good, really well done. Back printing, front leg printing, no side leg printing, but that's okay, because this character is still really amazing, really awesome looking. So there's that, and then she had a couple of pieces, or between her and Monica, there were enough pieces left over to make a gold hilt Darksaber here. So I gave that also to her to maybe be like a baton or something, kind of like Black Widow would use. And then the minifigure that I saved for last because it's my favorite in the series, even though she's the first character that on the checklist, is the Scarlet Witch when she got her Scarlet Witch uniform finally in WandaVision and finally donned her alter ego after being teased at the end of Captain America the Winter Soldier in 2013. She finally got, here's the expression on the checklist, but I think the red eyes fits with her magic. There's the back printing as well. She has dual molded arms. There's not printing on them, but that's perfectly fine because the minifigure itself looks super awesome with her headpiece thing and her hair combo there. The hair color is technically not right for any of the Wanda minifigures, I don't think, because in Age of Ultron, her hair was a very, very dark black. And then in Civil War, which the second Wanda minifigure I showed, or actually the first Wanda minifigure I showed, the one with the pink magic pieces, that one, or that version had kind of like strawberry blonde hair, and technically so does this one, like Pepper Potts has in the Malibu Mansion set. That kind of hairpiece or hair color is what Wanda I think should have, in of course Wanda style for current Wanda. But yeah, so her and White Vision also had capes, but you know me, no capes. But here are the minifigures. We have Wanda, Vision, Monica, Bucky, Cap, or Cap Mark II, Thor Frog, and Loki, Sylvie and Alligator Loki, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man or Spider-Man Supreme, Sorcerer Supreme, Zombie Cap, Captain Carter. See, only too high for the Tesseract there. T'Challa, Star-Lord, and Gamora. That is it for this video. I went a lot longer than I intended, so I'm gonna let you guys go now and have hopefully give all your moms a very special Mother's Day, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care. Bye.